Okay, y'all, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump straight into this tutorial demo slash review. So as the title says, this is a Fenty Beauty review demo. I didn't get every single product. I only got the ones that I realistically felt like I would use, because I know a lot of people went out and got the whole collection, but I'm like, would I ever really buy an entire collection of a makeup line, even if it's products that I don't really love and that I'm not going to use on a regular basis? No. So I tried to just get the things that I felt are like essentials in my everyday makeup wear. I feel like I'm really late doing my video, although my products just came in, because I feel like there's already like 10 million videos out talking about this line. But of course I still want to give my input and show you guys what I think, because some of you guys have similar skin to mine, or you know, some of you guys actually trust my opinion. So I just kind of wanted to share with you what I thought about it. I'll go over the products that I purchased as I go through them. So the first one, of course, is the one that, well, one of the two that everyone is raving about is the foundations. And the foundation says it's a medium to full coverage for all, long wear, light as air. Yeah, that's all it says. So looking at all the different reviews, one of the main things I kept seeing is that it dries really fast because it's a matte foundation, and that it gives a very like skin-like finish, because you know you never really see Rihanna like with a cake face, like a super, you know, super heavy beat. Her makeup is usually pretty natural looking for the most part. So I've heard a lot of amazing things about her line, about this foundation, so I'm excited to try it. So I picked my colors out online. I haven't been in store to see the line in the store, but the two colors that I picked out from online, which when I was looking, it was really hard because I think I mentioned already, she has 40 shades, but like kind of looking at the pictures that they give you and reading the descriptions, it was kind of difficult to find the one that was right. So hopefully one of these two work. I have 350 and 370. So this one is 350. So when I was reading the descriptions, I was looking for one that had a yellow undertone, because a lot of them had like a peach or olive or neutral, or like a red undertone. So like I said, this is the 350, and they actually kind of look a lot alike, and this is the 370. So you can kind of see. So I like lightly swatch these. I haven't put it on a full face or anything. I lightly swatch them to kind of see which one I think would work best. And I think I'm gonna try 350. It kind of seems like it's just my skin tone, but then I did hear as well that once the foundation dries, that it gets a little darker. A lot of people are saying that it oxidizes. I don't think it's so much that it oxidizes, but it's a matte foundation, so you put it on, and once it dries down, that's the true color. So as a reference, this is 370, and I mean, you can kind of see what it looks like, but like I said, as it dries, the color, you know, comes to its true self. So this is 370. I feel like it was a lot warmer than the 350, but it did come off a little bit orange, which I said I do not like in a foundation. So here's a 350. That's a lot. Okay, and this one is a this is a 350. So I don't know, they both seem kind of orange, right? Okay, so either way, we are going to try the 350, because I think that's the one that looked closest to my foundation. And I did also get the, what is this? The Pro Filter Soft Matte Primer. I've heard a lot of great things about the primer as well, so we shall see. You guys, I'm kind of scared to try this out, because honestly, a lot of times when there's a product or product line that's like super hyped up and then I go try it, it's always a fail for me. I don't want to say that Rihanna stuff is not good. I don't want it to be a fail, so I'm really hoping that this works. It smells very fresh and clean. Primer is supposed to smooth, pore diffusing finish, extended makeup wear. So we shall see. As you guys can see, I have a lot of problems going on around these areas of my face, so this is really going to see if the primer and the foundation and all the products really do work. I'm going to put a little bit extra right here, kind of pat it in, just to, it says it's a pore filler, just to kind of smooth out this texture that I have for my breakouts. As far as the packaging goes, the packaging is nice. The primer and the foundations are similar packaging. Only difference is like this is like a soft matte or like a soft pink rosy kind of color on the pump, and the foundation has a white one, but they both have pumps, both glass bottles. Both come with 1.8 fluid ounces, which is pretty good because usually it's just 1 fluid ounce. So the primer feels normal. It doesn't feel like super moisturizing. I didn't have anything on my face other than my skincare items. It's not super moisturizing. It's not sticky. It doesn't feel greasy. I don't really see a difference in my skin as far as it making it matte. I don't know that it's really filled in any pores or anything. Okay, so I have put the primer on my face. Now, the moment of truth to see if this foundation is going to be my color match. I'm going to do 1 pump to start with. And this is how much that is. It is a little bit liquidy, well, obviously it's liquid. It's kind of like runny. It's not like super thick or anything. I didn't get her sponge or brushes or anything like that. Like I said, I already have sponge that I love. I have brushes that I love, so I only went with the essentials. So here we go. This looks orange. 350. They look so similar to me that it's hard to tell the difference, but so this is 350. Already I see 1 pump is not going to be enough because the formula is so thin. You guys, I'm kind of scared. It looks kind of orange and it's not giving me much coverage at all. A lot of the people that I saw, I'm going to do 1 more pump. I actually didn't see anybody with problematic skin, and normally I don't even put foundation all over my face, but we're going to see how this works. Yeah, I was saying most of the people, well, all the people that I saw who tried this foundation out have pretty good skin to begin with. So, I don't know. Okay, so this is 2 complete pumps so far. I don't know how I feel about the color. I'm going to use the rest of this to kind of go over these areas that I have that need a little bit extra coverage. I was supposed to color correct too, y'all, and I forgot. But actually that's good because we can see how much coverage this foundation actually gives on its own. How much coverage and color correcting it does on its own without any additional products. I actually don't want to use products that are going to alter the way this looks. I just really want to see how it looks on its own. If you're into a lighter foundation, you'll like the feel of this. It doesn't really feel like there's anything on my skin. That's the rest of the second pump. It doesn't feel like there's anything on my skin. It doesn't feel heavy or greasy or anything like that. What do you guys think about the match? It's kind of hard to tell when you have all these lights. But looking in the mirror, it looks okay. It did not cover my problematic areas. I honestly don't see a difference as far as the primer goes. I think you guys can see as well, like it looks a lot better on camera than it does in person, but this doesn't look bad. Like I said, it looks like my skin. It doesn't look like I have a bunch of foundation on. It feels like my skin, so that's really good. Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna let it kind of like sit and dry a little bit. I'm kind of curious to see now. Well, I want to see what this looks like when it dries down. And I'm also curious to see what the other one looks like when it dries down too, because they didn't look that different to me. But right now, I guess this looks like it's my skin tone. Like it looks like my skin, doesn't look like I have makeup on, so that's a good thing. You see, these are kind of drying down. So this is the 370. I had more here, so it's taking a little longer to dry. Let me wipe some of this off. This is the 370 dried down. So I don't think that would have matched me well at all. Okay, I did not get the concealer stick just because, like I said, I wanted to be realistic about my purchases and get items that I feel like I would use. And I said concealer stick. They weren't really concealer sticks. They're like contouring, highlighting. I mean, you can use them for like under eye highlighting and everything, which I've seen some people do, but I also saw a lot of people say that they didn't really love it for under the eyes. It's very dry. It blends out well, but it's kind of dry, and I just didn't feel like it was something that was a necessity for me, because if you guys are loyal followers, you know that I'm a product junkie, and I have been trying really hard to change my product junkie ways, and I've been really good about not buying products. I only get things that I might run out of that I already use. I haven't been buying a lot of new products, but at first I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get this line, I don't need anything, and then I was like, okay, there's no way, this is too big of a launch, you know, from Rihanna to not try it out. I gotta at least try it out. So okay, so while this dries, we're gonna work on the under eye area. As you can see, I already have my brows and my top mascara on. Now I'm just gonna put some of this concealer under my eyes, and this is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I feel like I have enough concealer, so like I said, I didn't really need to try those sticks, and they're not technically like under eye concealers, it's just that you can use it for that, so I was like, I'm good. I'm gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. Concealer is not going to really have an impact on the way the rest of the products work, so it's good to know that you can use product that you already have. Like, you're going to work with what you have and buy the things that you just know are really products that you just like really want to try, which is what I did. So maybe I'm getting a little better, y'all, because being a product junkie, I would be very inclined to buy the whole line, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so y'all know I love to just blend my life away just to make sure everything looks great. Okay, so this is with the concealer blended in. Next, I'm going to set my concealer like I always do. As always, I'm going to list everything down below. I also recently did my last video was a foundation routine, so if you want to see exactly how I do my foundation routine with my usual products, then check that out. I will make sure that it's linked below. It really does not feel like I have anything on my skin, you guys. Like, it's a very skin-like. If you're into like a super natural look, or you just really want some type of foundation formula that doesn't feel heavy, this is definitely the way to go, because I feel like I didn't even do my foundation yet because it just feels like my skin. So far, doesn't look like the color's changing much. Looks like my regular face. I really don't even feel like I have makeup on. That's so funny. To me, that's funny, at least. Okay, so another item that I bought was the, what is this? The Invisi blotting powder. So this is a blotting powder that basically you use throughout the day. If you're someone that, you know, gets really oily, or you just have a couple like shine spots in your T-zone and you want your makeup to just be refreshed. So I love using oil sheets. I'm not the kind of person that likes to reapply my makeup. I just feel like I'm packing, you know, makeup on top of like dirt and oil and everything. So this is generally for your blotting purposes, but I did see a lot of people use it under their eyes, which I'm not going to do. And I saw a lot of people use it to set their makeup initially. So I'm going to use the little sponge that comes with it, and I'm going to use it just to kind of like set my base, because it's supposed to be invisible, so where there's no white cast, there's no flashback or anything. So you should be able to put it all over your whole face and not worry about looking like a ghost. And apparently this is one of her favorite products that she always uses. So I guess that means it's really good. Okay, so I put a layer of that. It didn't even wipe off the makeup, y'all. That means the makeup is really set. Like, it didn't even feel like it needed to be set. But I just wanted to try this out. Okay. Next, I got two of her highlighters. So I purchased Girl Next Door with a Killawatt Girl Next Door Chic Freak combo. This is what it looks like, and I will swatch it for you. So this one right here, that's super light. Can you guys see that? Yeah, see, I'm not like a super duper like glittery type of highlighter person. For me, highlighters, I like to be very subtle and glowy, like just give me like a nice subtle glow. So this actually looks like it might be pretty nice. And here's the next one. It's kind of a little bit more glittery and it's gold. So it's really like a, even though they both look pink, it comes out kind of like a silver and a gold, or maybe like a rose gold type of color. And the next one, y'all, which I'm so highly disappointed in because it came completely broken up, y'all. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. And this one is Me, Money, and Hustle Baby. And I bet you this was probably going to be like my favorite one. And I called Sephora. They don't have any in stock right now. And I'm scared to order another one. So, I don't know. And this one, actually, this must be like a satin formula because this is very, very smooth. So, this color, I don't know if I can show you guys. This one right here is the first one I'm going to swatch. And I'll put it right here. Can you guys see that? So it's kind of like a, it's like a gold color. So let's swatch the other side. This one. These are very, very smooth. Ooh, that's even more gold. See, I'm more, I noticed for me that I like highlighters that are like a really, really light color, like a white or like a pink kind of color. For whatever reason, that shows the best on my skin tone. When I first got into highlighters, I thought that gold would be like the highlighter shade that's great for me. But then I realized like when I put it on my face, it doesn't really come out looking that great. So, I don't know. I mean, the texture of this one, which I said was Mean, Money, and Hustle Baby, is very, very smooth and soft. But they're more on the gold side, even though they do look kind of pink. And the other one, which was Girl Next Door and Chic Freak, has kind of like a light silvery one. So that might be the one that I, well, it's going to be the one that I try, especially since the other ones are all messed up. Okay. So I'm going to use my usual fan brush that I like to use for highlighters. And I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to go into the lighter shade. So I'm going to do Girl Next Door. I'm going to take my fan brush and I'm going to put it right where, okay, but before I do that, you guys, I forgot. So Rihanna does not have a bronzer in her collection. I think that's what I'm really excited about. I would love for her to come out with a bronzer because I love a good bronzer. So I'm just going to bronze my face before I put the highlighter on. So I think this is completely dry, you guys. Okay, no, I'll give my full opinion when I'm done. Let me do the whole face first. But I am in shock how extremely light this feels. Like I literally feel like I have no makeup on my face, which is such a weird feeling because I love makeup, but I mentioned before I like how my skin feels and how my skin looks. I like how my skin feels obviously without makeup. I like the look of my actual skin without makeup, but of course I love makeup, and makeup covers up, you know, all those imperfections that you don't want to be reminded of all day long. Okay, now we're gonna go into the highlighter. So, like I was saying, I'm gonna use my usual fan brush, and I think I'm gonna dip into this color first because it's the lighter color. I think it will be more what I like, hopefully. I hope so. Okay. So I got some on my brush. Now let's see what it does. Okay. This is the kind of highlighter that I like to go for. You can see that, right? I can see that in the, see that right there. I forgot to put my blush on first too, but I guess that's good because you guys can see what it looks like by itself. Ooh, that is pretty good, you guys. Pretty good. I'm gonna put some down my nose. And I'm going to put some right here. It's very, very subtle and natural, which is definitely what I love in a highlighter. Okay, so the last product I have for her line is the lip gloss. So y'all know I'm a gloss girl. If you subscribe to my channel, I'm not really big on lipsticks. I have a lot of them, but I always go for gloss. So this is supposed to be a universal shade. It just says Universal Lip Luminizer, Gloss Bomb, Addictive Shine, Nourishing Wear, Universal Finishing Touch. I normally like to put on like a base of chapstick first before I put a gloss on, but we're trying to test out the true form of this here, so we're just going to go straight to the gloss. I do like the packaging. It's very pretty, handy, just super easy to put in your bag. I would love to see her come out with more lip gloss as well. I think under eye concealer, bronzer, and gloss are the three things that I really, or more glosses are the three things that I really want to see her come out with, especially a bronzer. Like I have under eye concealers that I already love, so I don't mind if she doesn't come out with one, but a bronzer I think would be really great. So, ooh, that's a very, very big doe foot. Ooh, it smells like a strawberry lip smackers. It feels good. Okay, my lips are already very pigmented, so I want to show you guys the difference before I put the other one on. So obviously this is the one with the gloss on, and this is my natural lip. So it really just kind of like enhances it. And for me, it's probably honestly just like a clear gloss, but it feels really good. I also like a very thick gloss that's not gonna like wear off too quickly, and this is good. This is the kind of gloss that I think I would keep like in my purse, like just for like my everyday wear, because I keep my lips very simple. And it smells like strawberries. You gotta make sure you do that. It's crazy that lips, you gotta make sure you do that when you have a lip gloss or a lipstick on, because then it's gonna be like all weird and it's gonna look gross, and you don't want that. So when you do that and you get the little creases, that ensures that it's not gonna be looking crazy when you sit here talking to somebody. Okay, that was kind of quick. I feel like that's it. That's all the products. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and give you guys a quick rundown what I think. So first and foremost, I feel like I have nothing on my face. Like, I don't think I've ever worn a foundation that once I put it on, it literally feels like I have nothing on my face. And that's so good, because you don't really want to feel like you have this heavy product on your skin just sitting there all day. So yeah, that's really awesome that it feels that good. Here's the one that's dried down. So I think I would say if you're in between, if you're my complexion and you're trying to decide between your shades, so 370 is this one, and it dries to, it's kind of orange, but it's kind of like a, I feel like it dries to kind of like a peachy shade too, kind of peachy. This one, for some reason, I guess because I put more, it's still not completely dry, but this one seems more orange. But it's weird, when I put it on my face, that doesn't happen. I just remember that I didn't put any blush on, so we're gonna put some blush on with this highlighter. Which, like I said, normally I would do blush and then highlighter, but I did not. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, it just feels like there's nothing on my skin. I will say that I don't feel like it gave me any coverage over my problem areas. I can still really see all of my marks very, very clearly. I can see the texture in my skin. I know it's a little hard for you guys to see on camera. And I put 2 pumps. So for me, that's a lot, because normally I'm working with 1 pump, but since this is so thin, I guess, you know, you needed 2. But yeah, it didn't really cover any of my marks, so I'm gonna have to see about using it with a color corrector, which is definitely gonna give me a little bit more coverage and kind of tone down any of that discoloration that I have. But y'all, like, if you felt my face, I think I'm just really tripping out. If you felt my face, it's like, oh my god, there's nothing on your skin. Like, you could be like, girl, I don't got no makeup on, and knowing you really do, but you can't tell, so people will really believe you. It just looks like it's your skin. So if you have really awesome skin, Like this would be perfect for you if you just want to like even out your skin tone or just make it look a little bit more enhanced. This would be really, really perfect. If you have problematic skin, like if you have a lot of discoloration and texture and all that stuff, I wouldn't say don't use it. You may either have to layer or just try color correcting first. So quick check-in about this Fenty Beauty review that I did today. So I'm normally a super duper oily person and I have not blotted all day since I put the makeup on and it still looks really good.